Greetings everyone, here's Lodrik and this is the Game War in the Pacific Admins Edition. This is my PBEM match against Xargun. He's the Allied Commander and for me it is Empire of Japan on game version 26B and scenario 1. This will be hopefully the second and more successful Battle of Darwin. But first I take a free city in South China after Xargun's troops retreat in maybe terrain he can better defend. There was also a small reaction against, I think, his motor launchers and my patrol boat. Night attack out of Wellington maybe, but this is also long range, so I'm not so sure if it's really Wellington, can be also from Churchtown or something. Night attack at the end, but no hit, reduced bomb load. Wildebeest out of Auckland, that is very clear. I have here real flag equipment and I can kill one, that is also nice. Yeah, and again, it's always attempt, I don't know what, it's a small base. Oh, also cleaning port of Batavia, and then later they use this for loading, unloading troops, material, supplies, whatever. And Xargun have here some Dutch buffaloes. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a small, I think, Dutch flag on the wings. And I have luckily escorts, so I always use normally sweep and escorts. That this will not happen. And because these enemy fighters are first only buffaloes, and they have no armor protection because these are Dutch buffaloes, and you can have this kind of air wings on training, then they are more or less immune against sweeping, but they also have a debuff if there's enemy escort fighter, so this is why I try to run with escorts, even if the numbers is small, that you can better defend against this kind of cap, training cap. So, kill some buffaloes, damage a little base, all fine so far. And always making pictures that I have up-to-date information and really see what damage was possible to achieve on the ground. The problem is only the pictures I always show you, I think, the damage and then the repairs at the end of the turn, so keep in mind that there will be always less damage left than you really see. So there are also British ships near Calcutta, but I think these are all small motor launchers, maybe bait ships. Okay. More dot bases. still my siege artillery. And this is now the second battle. Last turn, the two divisions, only the two divisions attacked last turn and was not able to achieve a direct victory. But today.
Hello, my misguided friends. This is your #1 enemy, Orphan Anne, from Radio Tokyo, with another blow to your morale and some music to console you. Today, the Imperial government announced that the ever-victorious forces of the Japanese Empire have captured Darwin.
So, Darwin fall. There was not really a lot of reinforcements for the Australian in this base, but Xargun moved, I think, all his local base forces from the north coast of Australia to this location. And 3 of my tank regiments are now hunting them down. So you can see here the base force, different base forces from different locations. But I think army hard, heavy fighting units, there's no additional troops, no tanks, at least not the amount of tanks could really make a threat or hold the line. So for me, very light casualties. All fun. Bantering, still bombardment, waiting that all my other equipment arrive here. And the next attack on Singapore. I'm really running out of time to take this city. I can destroy the fort, but it's very light casualties today. So this is really, and this is I think 80% always Thai forces, and they don't really care. I mean, I don't care them. And for the allies, it's now more and more equipment getting disabled and destroyed. So now they are down to 150 attack value maybe. So I wait maybe one turn to get a little fatigue down and then push again. This must be now the end of Singapore. Good. Try to achieve a victory here. There's no fort level. But today, yeah, sometimes you have this. One unit cannot have normally a good and a bad leader. I don't know. If you have maybe 2 units, I would say it's possible. I don't know how it works with one leader. Anyway, I can still strike again because I disable more, and I would guess it's a British loan. Morale. But this are only dot bases. More dot bases, but a dot base or a base with resources. No, that was only bombardment. So again, a successful turn in the war against the Allies. Nothing super important happened, but I took Darwin. Means the Australian Northern Territory Army is now defeated, and I don't know if there's any second line of defense for the Australians. Once you break them, I think they're running back to, I don't know, Canberra. Air losses are equally, so this are the buffaloes. I lost some Oscars, so maybe the Dutch buffaloes killed one of my Oscars. And the wildebeest gets killed by flak in New Zealand, yeah. So I lost the one pilot. Ship. This was at Darwin. There was a ship under construction, but it's a super mini AM. Not really important. Point wise, I don't know. I have still roughly double, but I need to take Singapore to really change this factor. Good. In China, nothing happened. Not today. Everything is moving. That I try to break this last block unit to open the highway. Here's a new block, but these are easy tasks. So I think I have a unit already moving in direction. Oh no, nothing. It's moving. But I will have here soon some units back in Xi'an, and then they can normally turn around and take on these two guys. The other division is in position to swing in and cross the river and then defeat this block. Takes the second block. Oh, but again, nothing really changing here. Only important was this: I took over the city, but of course it cost me 1 victory point because I have no garrison here, a little too fast. The base itself has only minimum damage, but maybe tomorrow I arrive already, I'm not so sure. With a little luck I can arrive tomorrow, but this is only a small road, so I guess maybe 2 days I need. But I take the city, and if it's make auto flip, I think then there's never damage to the industry, so I get the 110 resources in the light industry for free. That is fine. Will help me to maintain the army in China. Burma was no activity. I only get this information that there's this harbor defense motor launchers. Normally only anti-submarine equipment. And maybe ships you can bait the enemy torpedo bombers or whatever and then try to lure them into your cap. Because they are enemy fighters. And I don't start this air war over India. I don't really see a strategic gain for me if I destroy the enemy fighters over the enemy base, and all my lost pilots. Well, if I lose a plane, and I will normally lose also the pilot. So yeah, I don't have the ego to achieve a total victory in shortest time. Everything is sailing in the right direction. The only problem I have still is Singapore. My army was not able to achieve a victory again. And my divisions, 2 divisions are highly experienced, so they're reaching the level of super elite or whatever you want to call it. And they are not really losing anything. This is only disabled, and here's maybe 1 or 2 units missing. Yeah, 1 unit. That is nothing. So very low lost equipment, only disabled, so experience will keep. Everything is fine. But I need to take the city still another day. Here I took the resources, a little damage, not perfect, but okay, can happen. I bring in all my troops I have to take on the mountain, but yeah, they are roughly 900 AV. That will not be easy. And I must take also these 2 last cities. That is fine. So my plan is to ship here around, be in position that I can pick up my Navy Guard unit is walking here because I will arrive here tomorrow. Then I must fight 1 turn. So the day after tomorrow I won't normally pick up this unit and then use it somewhere else. Yeah, let's say this. But if maybe there's some event will have a impact on this operation. Ships are moving west. I'm not so sure where they are or I see maybe these are ships out of Darwin. I'm not so sure, because if you take the base, you force the ship to leave the port, or they must scuttle or getting destroyed. So I have Navy search normally here somewhere. I don't know exactly where, but where's my? Or maybe I moved them just around too. So I took Darwin. There was no aircraft on the ground. That was simply not possible with 1 turn too late. But I defeated the Australian forces. All my tanks are already with them. in the hex, so I can immediately fight back next turn and crush them again because they have normally no morale. So Darwin itself has some resources, very light losses. Oh, it's fine. But there are mines, so I must clean the mines and I need more supplies. Okay. And because I took the base with nearly no base damage at all, I can bring in direct airplanes, navy bombers, fighters, whatever. And then there's no way that the allies can strike me. But only carriers could normally now have an impact on this operations. I think there's no land base strong enough to. I mean, all these air bases have only 0 or 1 or 0. So they are only for cap. And out of this is a little far. I think Catalinas cannot fly so far. So the only other big active war is this New Zealand operations, and I'm moving, so I need next turn I will arrive. And here is a block force. I would guess that because this is, I think, you can see here's only a double terrain, and then there's clear. There's nothing really more in the way of Auckland. This is the best defense hex if you want to defend Auckland from attack from source, but it's only one unit, so I would guess it's a block unit to give Xargun 1 or 2 more days. Anything else? Not really. Good, then see you next time. Take care, bye bye.